we were in Jackson, Mississippi, and he got word that a little boy in the hospital was dying, and that he wanted to see Elvis, and he couldn't make it to the show. He was too sick to get to the show, and so we loaded up in cars, and we went to the hospital. And Elvis was wearing. Elvis met this little boy and talked to him, and he was wearing a cross that was made of garnets, and he took it off and he gave it to this child, and it was a real touching moment. Just an hour or so before the show.
When Elvis started getting that money in, started becoming, he wanted to share it. He was a sharing person, and his dad got in early confrontations with him about giving so much away. You know, son, he would say, son, you know, we're pretty wealthy. Man, you're giving people houses. And you're giving guys on television, you don't even know, Cadillacs. And people walk off the street in a dealership, you buy them a Cadillac. And pretty soon, the bank account is going to take a hit. And Elvis would say, look, Dad, he said, look, I enjoy giving stuff away to people. He said, that's how I get my enjoyment. He said, I can go out and do a tour. He said, I can do a tour in 6 weeks and make $2 million. He said, I'm not worried about money. He said, I want to make people happy.
When my wife was, 9 or 10, and her sister was maybe a couple of years older than that, they would go down to Graceland, and in the hopes of seeing Elvis. And they would go down there almost every weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and many times he would actually come down to the gate and put his hands through the gate and shake hands and talk to people, and he did it often. Sometimes he did it by himself, and that just made their day, you know. And it just, again, shows the type of person that he is, that he would do that. And back then, he had that sort of devotion in his fan base. And those people have gotten older, but they're still devoted to him. And their kids are now big fans, and their grandkids are now big fans. And so it just says a lot for what he has done and the influence that he's had.
For all of Elvis Presley's accomplishments, I think his greatest joy, other than Lisa Marie, was giving to others. He loved to see the smiles and the looks on people's faces when he gave them things. He really was a generous and kind man.